working on a new challenge now, and it's a 200K challenge. Give me a second, make sure this is up. I'm working on a new challenge now. Yeah, all right, so that is good to go. And let me put that over here so I can make sure to see it. Okay, so yeah, I'm working on the new challenge. It's a 200K challenge right now, and I started it on Sunday, and I'm up 3% already on this one as we speak. And you have to get 10% on it to pass the challenge, and I'm up 3% already. So far, so good. You'll see how this keep going and so forth. All right, so I'm going to help you guys understand something today to make sure that we all are in the same ballpark. Let me switch screens now and go to share. Where are you? Okay, hold on now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they changed a lot on this. I don't like it at all. All right, and let's go to screen number 1. Okay, now one more time just to make sure everybody's with me. And okay, now if you can see my screen, my charts, type in number 4. I want to make sure you guys can see my charts. Good morning, Miss Donna. Good morning. All righty. All right. Cool. Everybody else can see my charts? Because I know Donna said. Okay, hey, Felicia. All right, cool. Eric, good morning. Good morning. All right, cool. All right, let's get started. So here's the deal. On Sunday, Alex, what's happening? Good morning. What's up, D? D Smart is in the house. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Let's go through this quickly. Number 1, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not trying to give you financial advice. I'm just going over what I've learned over the charts and still learning. I'm still signed up into 2 or 3 classes, and I'm always learning, just trying to learn stuff. I'll never stop trying to learn. So we're just looking at the charts, trying to see what they're talking about. Okay. Number 2, when we get to your question and answer period, should you have any questions today, please make sure that your background noise is under control, because this is being recorded for playback, and they do want to hear your questions and they do want to hear my answers, but they can't do that if it's too much noise. Okay. Number 3, please make sure that if anybody's reaching out to you privately saying, hey, I can trade for you, this is Uncle P, this is Miss Jenny, Miss Donna, Miss Elvis, this is Nancy or whoever. Okay, please make sure to let us know so that we can get them removed quickly, because those are scammers and we don't want that in our group, and don't fall for it. Okay. Also make sure that when you're trading, that you start off with disposable income. Now, here's the good part about using a prop firm account, which is why I'm a fan of them. You just got to go through the bad and the good and the bads, which I still recommend. And they actually reached out to me and wanted to partner with me, and I have not given a response. I've never partnered with anybody, and I doubt if I will, but I was really honored to hear from them on their website that Robert had provided for us, Prop Firm Match. I really like that website. I think it's a phenomenal website, and it's very well done, very thought out. It gives you plenty of choices to help narrow down which would be the best prop firm for you, which one's a white label, which one's manage their software in-house, which is very important, and all these different things, because white labelers means that you can have these 20-year-old kids who just are good on social media, and they just start up a company and then they don't know how to manage it and it falls apart, and then they just start up a new one, so you wouldn't know the difference. So, the proper match to actually give you detailed information. And then it's not just for Forex, it's for indices, it's for this, that, and the other. So I think it's pretty cool. And they did reach out. But like I said, I'm just not into partnering with people and this and that. Because again, if I'm not a part owner of the company, I don't want to really put my name on it, because if anything goes wrong, I get blamed. And that's happened many times over the years. I thought they were doing good for me. I thought they would do good for others. And then they turned around and did something funny style that I had no control over. But because I said that I endorsed them, then guess what? I got to blame. So I'm not doing all that. All right. But I do think that it's a good resource if you are looking for prop firms. So why am I saying that? Because I've always told you guys that when you begin to trade, you want to use quote unquote disposable income. Disposable income simply means just that. It means you paid your bills on time. You got a little money in the savings for just in case something happens, like what happened down in Texas, and you have to go stay in a hotel or get away or whatever it is. Things happen in life, you know. Uh, uh, on my car, out of the blue, it was just tripping. And then all of a sudden I had to go get a battery for it, $300 there. Then I caught a flat tire. That was another several $100s there. Now I'm seeing on the light dash that the transmission fluid need to be changed. Called the dealership on that. That's going to be another $300 like that. And so things out of the blue just happens. And so you really got to make sure that you have some backup income just in case things happen. So then when all that's said and done for the average person, what that means is you're not going to have a lot of money left over, but you do want to start trading after you've practiced on the demo account, flipped it a couple of times, and you say, "Well, I do want to start trading with it, you know, and with real money." But this is where, in my opinion, do your homework, find a good prop firm. But prop firms come in handy, you know, they come in handy. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about doing a video for you guys. For those who have a VPS, you know, virtual private, no, a VPN, virtual private. I think I'm correct. Ain't that a VPN, the one that hides your mask, your location, your computer's IP address? Which one is that? I'm always get those VPNs and VPSs. VPN. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Thank you, Robert. I knew Robert would know. Alex, thank you guys. All right, so cool. So if you have a VPN, one of the simple things to do is put a VPN and change their location to a different country, and boom, the world opens up to you for brokers and for prop firms. Okay, because the only way they know you're in the United States is because your IP address from your computer is telling them you're from the United States. After that, if you hide that, then the world opens up like an oyster, and you have plenty of opportunities to choose other people outside of the US. So spread the word. I actually did that several times myself, so I know it works. So uh, yeah, he did, Robert. That's why I played that video for you guys from Funding Traders, the CEO of Funding Traders. I told you guys I played that specific video for you guys in here to let you know that he's actually traded for many, many years. So he's an actual trader who created a prop firm. And so therefore, a lot of these fly-by-night prop firms that were just good marketing companies, but they didn't know how to manage anything. And there was a lot of too much success coming in at one time and too many components and all these different things. And so this is why a lot of them are falling apart. And what's going to happen is the good ones who are really authentic are still going to be standing. And that's that. Okay. The strongest will survive. Okay, so I still believe in it. That's why I said I don't endorse companies because, again, I don't run the ins and outs. I do think that there are some great companies out there that you can work with. And the reason why I say that is because I've always told you that when you are using disposable income, which probably won't be a lot, that little $50 or that little $100 a month can go into a prop firm account. And from there, you then can now trade with more money than you could have traded on your own, if that makes sense. Okay. So like some companies, you can get a $10,000 account for $60 or $90. You know what I mean? So a $10,000 account versus your $100 only, you're still spending the same $100, except for now you have access to more capital instead of just doing it on your own. Okay. So for an example, this little 200K account, they send a discount code, Memorial 30 or something, or Memorial. It was for Memorial Day. So I was like, okay, it's cool. So they took 30% off, and basically I got a 200K account for 600 or $600 or something like that, 600 or $700. You know what I mean? So if I was trading 600 or $700, my lot sizes and everything would have to be very, very small. But by taking the same capital, but investing it into a prop, you know, a trusted prop firm account, Once I pass the challenge, now I have access to 200K worth of capital, and they give me back my original $700. So it's not like they got the 700. No, if I pass the challenge, I actually get that back as well. So, hey, it's cool with me. Okay. 100K accounts. So sometimes you can get them for $300 or $300 or $400. 50K accounts, you can get them for like, 150, $200. That's far more capital than what your $150, $200 would have done. So again, I do believe in them. I just think you just really have to do your due diligence and not always go with the one that should give you the cheapest. Okay, because a lot of those that goes with the cheapest, they're just little youngsters trying to do a come up. Okay, so just do your research on it. Okay, everybody clear on that before I move on? Right on, Robert. Right on. Everybody clear on that? Type of 20 if you're clear on what I just said. I want to make sure everybody's clear on that. Okay. So I'm a strong believer in the industry of it, but I just can't put my name on specific companies. Okay, I would like to, but again, I'm not part owner of them, so I just don't put my name on it. But the thought process behind it, hey, if you're going to lose $100, you can lose $100 by getting you a 25K account, or you can just trade with $100. Okay, the difference is not the trading; it's just the amount of lot size. And if you pass, and they're a legitimate company, you're going to get that $100 back once you pass the challenge. So now it's like we say in trading, it's a risk-free trade. You get what I'm saying? Because now, once you pass the challenge, they refund you back your money. It's a risk-free trade. It ain't, hey, I don't care no more. It's risk-free. Okay, that's a blessing. That is a blessing. Okay, so that's what I want to say about that. Now, here's what I want to talk about, because again, guys, I got to get out of here. So this is going to be a very, very, very short class. Let me I'm gonna brag a little bit, and I'm gonna brag for a reason. All right. So Sunday I put out a video, as I always do, on what potential opportunity for trades are coming up for the coming week. So if you're not watching that, you're doing yourself a great disservice, because I'm trying to tell you ahead of time. I used to do a Saturday video where I'm just going through what happened last week and what I anticipate may happen this week. I used to do that on Saturday, and then on Sunday I would do a news event video. Well, I was like, man, this consumes way too much time. So what I did was on Sundays, I would just go ahead and combine the two, because news events only take a few minutes to go over. So I started doing the news events video, okay? On last week, I told you guys that I was trying to go for a perfect record, and I think I took like 11 trades, 2 a break even, so that put us at 9. So the 2 that's a break even, I don't count those. So that put me at 9 trades for the week, and I was trying to have a perfect week, and I had won 8 out of the 9. 8 out of the 9. Okay, and the one that lost, it wasn't that much, but 8 out of the 9. Hi, Precious. Thank you, baby. Y'all hold on one quick second. Thank you, pretty girl. Man, ain't nothing like a side note, man. Mary Wright, Lord have mercy. Ain't nothing. Look, y'all see this? Ooh, y'all see that with the barbecue sauce? Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, hold on. Mm, mm, mm. Well, I looked up on the good one. I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God, that is delicious. A grilled, homemade grilled turkey burger with melted cheese and barbecue sauce. Mm, mm, mm. Robert said there's 42 total prop firms that matches. Only 14 of them are in-house, and I like in-house because that means they do things in-house. They're not white labeled. Now, here's the deal, and I'm side noting on that. Sorry, you guys. What does white label mean? Just so you guys understand that. All right, so there's a trading system that I actually built. That thing looks absolutely phenomenally amazing. It is amazing. Uh, Thank you, Precious. So I built it a couple of years ago because I was contacted by this extremely large company. They are what do you call those companies? Thank you, D. Boy, a fine woman walk in and give you food to eat. and gave you something to drink just to make sure you nourished for your morning start. Not too many of them around no more, huh? What do they call those? Mm, multi-level marketing companies. Okay. So this guy, he actually is a legit guy, and he opened up many. He's an older guy, the OGs, the ones who really know what they're doing, not these little youngsters. So they want to start since he had high success in that industry, starting several businesses that were actually highly successful in that industry. He was one of the legit guys. Him and some other people contacted me because they said, okay, we want to get into the Forex space. And they did. And so they asked me to design them a trading system. Now, watch how this works. They asked me to design them a trading system. So me and my team, we went to work and we designed a phenomenal, oh my God, that thing is a freaking banger. I wish like on them YouTube videos when they say it's a banger and the fire come out, I wish I could do that right here where I just know it's a freaking banger. So it was a banger of a system, really, really nice. And I don't know, for some reason things, I just decided to say no. And this guy is a multi millionaire. We had several meetings, met with his financial team and everything else. And that's what happened. One of the people on the financial team, I didn't like the way he was talking. So ultimately, my wife said, babe, I don't think we should fool with it. And it would have been one of the best opportunities that I could have done if we could have worked out the numbers. But they wanted to white label it. In other words, they wanted me to design it, but they was going to put their label on it. And how I knew, I thought I was talking to some business people who understood trading. But we were having several meetings and talking about the trading system stuff, I realized none of them understood trading at all. But what they were going to do was use my knowledge on how to build systems and my knowledge of trading in the markets to infuse it into the system. And then they were going to put their name on it and they were going to make millions of dollars a month. And so when we got to talking about my cut in this matter, because it was like, oh, we'll white label, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not going to just sell you my system. I said, I already know how this works because I used to be in that industry and I was very successful in that. I already know how that's going to work. So you're going to keep growing it. And they already had connections in Korea, China, and all these other places where they already had business connections from the other networks that they started. So they were going to instantly, and Mexico was one of them. So they're going to instantly launch my software into these other countries under their label, not having any clue about how Forex works. Therefore, if anything went wrong, if the customers had any problems, guess what? They would have to end up coming back to who? Type. Who do you think they would have had to come back to? You got it. So I got all this headache. You say, oh no, it's just a one-time sale. No, it's all this headache. And if these people, because you can't explain how to trade. So if these people ask questions on how to trade this and this and this, and you paid me one time, yeah, that's a nice little lump. But no, I want the pie. I want to be one of the part owners. Okay, one of the part owners. Because I'm gonna end up having to take over that anyway. Y'all gonna keep contacting me. So no, I know how this works. I know how you can grow it. So either make me part of this where I'm getting a monthly cut, and I put out some numbers. I said, give me a monthly cut at this number, which would have left them with, because I'm not greedy, it would have left them making millions of dollars a month. And I wasn't even asking for that much. You make this happen, then okay, we'll go ahead and move forward with this partnership. If not, we'll kick rocks. And so I decided, Nancy came to me and she said, baby, I really don't think this is a good fit. They don't know what they're doing when it comes to trading. Hear what I'm saying to you. She said they don't know what they're doing when it comes to trading, which means not only are they going to come to you for the software, any concerns with software installation issues, blah, 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 but also the trading stuff. And now you're going to be basically worn out trying to run their company because you're going to end up having to run it because they're very good at marketing. They have a huge network of people all over the globe because of their other businesses, but they don't know how to trade. Do you guys see why every opportunity ain't a good one? Type amen if you see my point. Every opportunity ain't a good opportunity. So they would have rolled me dry, making millions off of my knowledge. That is white labeling, where a person comes in, start a company, but they have somebody else doing all the heavy work behind the scenes. That is what prop firm accounts and others are doing. They're white labeling. In other words, they're good at marketing, just probably graduated out of college. They don't know nothing about what it really takes to actually trade in the markets, market knowledge. They don't know any of that stuff. And yet they start a company, they white label it, sell it to you guys with a great website saying, oh, we pay out this, 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 and this, and people went for it. That's what happened in the prop firm industry. So it wasn't, a lot of these companies weren't even ran by professional prop firm traders, or let me rephrase that. They weren't ran by people who actually even traded in the markets. They were ran like people like this guy or this group of people who contacted me years ago, who had no knowledge of trading, but they knew knowledge of how to make a business run, which was great. It would have been a great partnership because I would have ran the knowledge part and they would have ran the business part. We all would have made millions of dollars, but they didn't want to agree to my terms. So kick rocks. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So a lot of these prop firms and other things that you see falling apart are these types of people. And what happens is when you go to prop firm match, it will actually have a category that lets you know whether they're trading in-house, meaning in-house means they actually know what they're doing. It's coming from in-house. Okay, they are sometimes, and I can't endorse everybody, but the one I'm working with, I know they have traded personally for many, many years in the markets themselves. So they understand exactly what it takes to be a professional trader and they know how to run a company. So that's what in-house means versus white label. So if you're ever going and you're researching and you find out this company is white label, I'm still not saying they're a bad company, but I'm just simply saying that is the difference between the two. Okay. If that was helpful, type of 500 in the box. I want to make sure I'm always giving you guys helpful knowledge. If you're willing to show up, I'm willing to help you. Okay. Spread the word about that so you guys gonna know the difference so you don't get taken advantage of. And again, white labels, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. Okay. It's just, but after you white label it, but do I still know that you know what you're doing? How long have you been in business? Because there's a very popular one, but they only been in business maybe about a year. Okay. And it's very popular. And when I looked up who the owners were, they fit the category. Okay. Not saying they're a bad company, but when I had to choose which one I wanted to go with, do I go with an OG who been in the thickets, who I know just, it's just a look you get after you've been in the brutal markets for so many years, you know what I mean? So, and you just don't tolerate no foolishness. And I thought I was the only one, but many people, after you've been in the brutal battles of these markets, okay, getting beat up, getting your feelings hurt, taking your money and this and that, it toughens you up, right? And so you don't have no tolerance for foolishness. So when certain ones are talking, I'm listening for that authenticity. I'm listening for that authenticity. And a lot of them, you're going to see they're very rough with their tongues. Why? Because they know been through the brunt of everything and they don't tolerate no foolishness. What makes that good is because when I'm in business with you, I know you're going to be serious about what we're doing here. Okay. In fact, one more point on this, and I have to hurry up and go. So I'm gonna get to my lesson for today. I got a very powerful lesson for you guys today. So make sure you're taking notes. But one more thing on that. Some of them will pay you out 100%, like the one I'm working with. They will pay you out 100% of your profits. Here's the reason why. Um, they have a system in place, and I showed down in this in the past. There's systems in place where you can take the worst trader and become the wealthiest. Okay, take the worst trader on the planet and become the wealthiest. Whatever traits that the worst traders on the planet takes, they have a software that it will take the reverse trade. It will take it in the opposite direction. Okay. Did y'all hear what I said? Type of 50 if you heard what I said. I want to make sure y'all heard what I said. They have software that when you place a trade and they see that you're a terrible trader, but you keep coming back, they're going to actually place the software in place and take whatever trade you take, they're going to take it in the opposite direction. So if you have a 90% losing rate, what does that make them have? Tight. Do the math. God, this burger good. Mm. Mm. Okay. So hold on. So one of the ones I'm working with, they don't care about the payout because they said if you're a good enough trader, all we're going to do is mirror your trades anyway. So every time you take a trade, we're just going to follow you since we know, okay, you're legitimate in your skill set. We know that you're good at what you do. So they're just going to copy your trades. And that's the way that works behind the scenes. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the notes. So let me take this off so you guys are not distracted. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can just see me. Okay. Can you guys just see me only? Okay, good. Because today's lesson is not about the charts. Not necessarily, not yet. Okay. Today's lesson is about you. And one of the things, and let me see where I'm at on this. Yep, still rolling good. So on the 200K account, I'm up 3%, which means I made over $3,000 in the last 24 hours or whatever since Sunday on this account. And it could have made more. Yeah, I could have made more. All I had to do was not do anything different other than increase my lot size. That's all I had to do. Okay. So last week I had 8-1, which I was pissed because I lost that one. This week, that trade that I called for you guys on Sunday's video, I told you USD JPY was going to shoot up. I told y'all. And I took that trade myself and ended up losing it, not because I was wrong. And let me show you guys this. I lost it because I was trying to appease people, which I'm going to get out of that. Trying to appease people who don't like these large stop losses. Where did the thing go? What the heck? Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all this real quick. And I'm going somewhere with this lesson. Okay, I'm going somewhere with this lesson. Everybody, if you at your charts, go to USD JPY. You can put it on the 15-minute time frame or whatever. Okay. What happened was I was completely correct. As you can see, it did shoot up. I knew it was going to break past this level because I said, okay, this is a psychological level where a lot of people think that it's going to stop and just make a reversal, and it did not. And I knew that, and I actually covered it on Sunday's video. I knew it. Only problem is when I got into the trade, I said, okay, I'm going to use a tighter stop, and it came and hit us really, really hard because it started moving up right here, which is where I entered, and then it came back, boom, took us up by a few pips and then shot off like a rocket. Oh my God, I'm upset about that trade because I knew, watch this. So what is the lesson? I'm giving you the lesson now. For many of you guys, I can accept, well, not me. I don't take it very well. I should, but I hold myself up high. Okay. Uh, I can somewhat accept, I put it that way for myself, but for you, it's acceptable to take a loss. And let me get back on this screen. I want to, where in the heck are you? No, man, I swear I've been down. Oh, right here. Okay, cool. All right. Now, just look at me. Just look at me. The lesson for today is this. For those who saw my Sunday video, did I not call USD JPY and tell you guys in advance that that was going to shoot up? For those who saw it on Sunday, yes or no? Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Yes, I called it on Sunday before the markets open. I told you. So I knew I was correct in my analysis. I still lost because I sat there and tried to appease people instead of just doing my normal 50 pip on average. On average, 40 to 50 pips is where I put my stops. Why? Because if it comes back, spikes, and then shoots, it doesn't matter. I still know where you're going. Okay. So I'm upset with myself for not just doing what I normally do, letting people talk in my head. kiss my behind. So I went back to my normal. Okay. Which, by the way, I did a couple of trades last night, and all three of those I won. On Euro NZD, I won that one. AUD CAD, I did a scalp on that one. Euro Swiss, I did a scalp on that one. I did a scalp on EG. It was supposed to get more, which today it did, but at the time I saw it, I didn't like what it was doing, so I didn't do that. And we're in another one right now. So far, I'm only lost at one, and so I'm still on tack to only have one loss for the week, but all the rest of them are winners. All right, so here's the point. The point is, even though I lost that trade, what's the good side of that trade, though? And here's where it's coming to you. I hope you guys listen to exactly what I'm about to tell you. What was the good part about that trade? Robert said, I learned something. Heck yeah, I did. Stop listening to people complaining. Okay. You're gonna do you. All right. But no, there's something else I'm looking for. And by the way, good morning, Robert. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody take a shot at it? Just type. Just type. It's no wrong answers. It's just I want to see if you guys can figure this out. What was good about it? Because once you get here, then you'll understand today's lesson. What was good about that? Richie, you got it already. There you go. The analysis was correct. The analysis was correct. My my points were correct. I was absolutely 100% right on where it was going to go. I made a silly mistake, which can easily be corrected, which I did, which is why I just took 3 winning trades last night in the last 24 hours, and I'm in another trade that should produce very well, and that'll put me at 4 winning trades in one day, okay? So here's the point. It wasn't that my analysis was wrong, I just made a silly mistake. Can silly mistakes be corrected? Okay, do you think, Derek? Make sure to watch the rest, Derek, because I'm going somewhere with this. You don't want to miss it. Yeah, silly mistakes can be corrected, but once you get what I have a friend, he's a real estate property manager. He manages millions of dollars of real estate for people, and his employees. He's always talking about get tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge means you have an understanding of your industry, not just your job, but the industry itself, which means you have a comprehension of not only what happens in your little role in the business, but also its impact in the larger perspective of that industry itself. Okay. You have a global perspective of what you're doing. So when you have tacit knowledge of the markets, because you've been hanging around them long enough, you know. And matter of fact, it's kind of like you got a sixth sense. I don't know where this thing how far it's gonna pull back, but I know where it's gonna go. Type of 20 if you ever had that feeling on the trade. I just know. It's just a knowing. Okay. It's a knowing. And when you get that, I just know. Now you're getting somewhere. Let me give you an example. This weekend, we were on Memorial Day. We went up to visit a friend, and she had a pool in her backyard. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna cook for y'all, and y'all come on up, and we're gonna hang out in my pool." And she met this new guy, who stays on the golf course, who she just met. So he came over, and we were talking. And my wife was sharing, man, I was enjoying myself, so I didn't even pay attention to it. Normally, I pay attention to everything, but this one I missed. So my wife said, "Oh, my friend, she wanted to know, how long was it before when you and Nancy?" Between the time that you and Nancy met to the time to where y'all got married, how long was that? And technically, me and Nancy known each other for 6 months, and we got married, and now we've been married for 10 years. That's not normal, and I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Because after we got married, first couple of years was turbulent, and then after that, we haven't had an argument in like 7 years now. It's been seven years, 6 or 7 years since we had an argument. But those first couple of years were turbulent. Here's the reason why. The reason why is the same thing that happens with Forex traders in the market. You're trying to make money, but you don't have knowledge. You don't have that feeling. You don't have that I know you. So when our friend asked that question, Nancy said that was concerning because they just met a couple of weeks ago. And you're already talking about how long has it been between the time you and Nancy met to the time y'all got married? Y'all just met a couple of weeks ago. That marriage conversation shouldn't even be in the works. It's too early for that. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You have no tacit knowledge of this person or the person of you. You guys had a couple of dates, maybe butt cheeks, and now you're trying to rush and have altar calls. You know what I mean? It's too early for that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Type of 40 in the box, but y'all get what I'm saying here. Okay. Probably gave each other a little something, something, and now she and the rest are talking about marriage. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. It's too early. You don't know. And this is Forex traders. You don't know. You're not taking the time to learn. A matter of fact, somebody contacted me yesterday, a good friend, and I've known him for like 15 years. And he was like, hey, man, I was like, no, bro, I just don't have the energy right now. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy for this. We're cool. I love you, but I don't have the energy. Why? Because it's going to take a long time to teach you the rhythms of the market. For those who've been coming, you get the rhythms of the market. You understand that, hey, when London closes, if you were in a nice trade that shot up real nice, you might want to take some profits. Why? What happens at the end of London, New York, London? What happens every single time religiously? What happens in these markets? Type. Y'all type. Thank you, Alpha. You got it right off the top. See, y'all know this because y'all been coming. It's going to pull back. See, you understand the rhythms of the market. And it don't even take the charts. You just know the market itself. That's tacit knowledge. I taught y'all many times the ocean wave theory, where the ocean that goes into shore and pulls back out. In other words, it's going to go real big into the market. It's going to make big moves, and then it's going to slow down and do a pullback. Y'all see, this is tacit knowledge. This is something that you don't just learn in 2 minutes. You just don't slap a system on your computer and instantly you know this. This requires some time in these markets, just like it takes time to be in a relationship in order to make this thing work. Because people see me and Nancy's relationship all the time and say, man, y'all got an amazing relationship. Yes, we do, but it took time. It took time to get that knowledge. But now that we're there, and this is for many of you guys, you're not students of the game, and you're expecting to be a millionaire tomorrow. So what is the point of today's class? Number one, take notes. Number one, here we go. Take notes. Number one, take trades you understand and trust. For many of you guys, you're blowing up your account because you're taking way too many trades. And you're taking all these trades because you're trying to just like it's like you're throwing darts in the dark. You know what I mean? Or better yet, have you ever went to a party where they have oh my God, what did they pull that they fill it up with candy and they put a rope to it and they swing the little kids swing the bat at it. What they call that? When they trying to bust the candy? Piñata. Yeah, my mind is blanking out today. The piñatas. Yeah. Have you ever seen that? And what happens? The kid has what? Now, if they have something over their eyes, what do we call it? What do we call that? What do we call it? A blindfold. You got it. So they blindfold the child, then they give them the bat, and then they tell the kid to swing at the piñata, which is nothing more than a little, a little cute little cardboard thing with decorations, but on the inside it's filled with candy. And so the goal is you got to hit it with the bat to bust it open, and the candy falls out, and everybody go around for the candy, right? The prize is the candy on the inside. Many of you are trading with a blindfold. You're that blindfolded kid, and you're just swinging the bat. You're just clicking at everything. I know what Uncle P said. I know he said don't trade right now, but you just swinging, swinging, swinging. Matter of fact, you turn into a dance step. You just a swinging. You just a blindfold swinging fool. Okay? You don't see nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Stay right there. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. This is y'all. Just how you look when you come to your charts and you wonder why it ain't working. And here's the truth. The reason why you're doing this is because you're trading out of desperation. Okay. Okay? Here's the, everybody see this? This is how you trading. You don't see it, but you just you're gonna click something and you clicking, and you trading, and you took 40 trades and you ain't made nothing. But you ain't seeing it. You want to see it, but you don't see it. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Type of 40 if you don't understand what I'm saying here. That's you. Only take trades that you can clearly see. What do I mean by that? Even though I lost, and here's where I'm circling this back around, even though I lost that trade on USD JPY, okay, and it's still going up even as we speak, I told you guys it was going to do that. I seen this spongy bob squarehead and I said, oh no, I know what's going to happen here. And I was right. What it was doing was creating a sideways market. And I have told you guys, anytime you see this little spongy bob squarehead pattern, it's a continuation pattern. What was the direction of the trend? Let me click and show this chart. Okay, let me show this chart. What was the direction of the trend? What was the direction of the trend? Okay. At here, it did go down, but then it came right back. And I said, oh no, I see what's happening. This is creating a range. This is what they call a range. I call it a spongy bob square head because it's flat. Okay. Creates a little box head. And once that happens, it's going to do a breakout. And did it? It sure did. I knew this was coming. That's why I told you guys what it was going to do on Sunday. Let me show it to you from the perspective of the ocean wave. Okay. Right here on the ocean wave, this is what I saw. I said, oh no, this thing is still going to keep going up. I seen it on the ocean wave as well. And here's the arrow. You see that? This little wick right here is what took me out because I was using too tight of a stop loss. So when it wicked back, but then it shot right back up. See, ocean wave said it the whole time. So if you ain't got the ocean wave, terrible on you. Point is, I told you guys on Sunday to be on the lookout for this particular trade. Okay. Okay. I told you on Sunday. And look at here. This arrow came in, it did drop, and now again, it's still trying to push back to the top. So I told you. I told you. So the point is, yes, I lost that trade, but did I have knowledge of where it was going to go? It's an acceptable loss because I was right. The only thing I messed up on was using a tight butt stop loss, which I tell y'all not to do. As soon as I broke my rule, I got consequence for it. But was I right on the direction of it? Yes or no? Good. Somebody said that this discussion is helping them with better entries on the ocean wave. Yes, I know. I told you on Sunday, like Nostradamus, that thing was going to go up. Why? Because I have knowledge. So yes, I was targeting this because I knew where it was going to go. That is what it looks like to trade with knowledge. You spend time with pairs. Okay. You don't just randomly take trades hoping for the best. Because what happens is, even if it becomes a loss, that's okay. You can make it back up because guess what? This is not the only pair that I understand what it's going to do. I understand other pairs as well. I also understand other pairs that sometimes you need to go ahead and take a quick hit on them, a quickie. Okay. Some of you guys always wanted to scalp. Well, guess what? You don't have to scalp off the 5 minutes. I can take a scalp off the 30-minute. Okay. As soon as I see something I don't like, I'm going to take them 10 pips and keep it running. Now, many of you guys always wanted to be a scalper. So if I take a scalp trade, heck yeah, I'm going to take my 10 pips and run. Why? Because I know you. I know you. And you about to do a doozy. So thank you for the 10 pips. I'll give you an example. Let's take a look at one. Did it last night. Now look, it came right back down. But I took my 10 pips. Why? Because news came out. So we were up 10 pips on this one, Euro Swiss. Took my 10 pips. And right before I took my 10, as soon as after I took my 10 pips, guess what? Euro came out with their inflation numbers and shot the price up, which would have put people in drawdown. No, I just took the money and I said, thank you very much. And then I went on to another trade that was going to take advantage of this move. See, why? Because I know you. I know you. And one thing I do know about the Swiss, you can't be trusted. CHF can't be trusted. Not for reversals. Trend trades, fabulous. Reversals, you're terrible. See, how do I know all this? Because I've been spending time with it. So for you, the problem is you're taking a lot of trades off of pairs and setups that you heard about, but you're really not comfortable with. So number one, watch this. Take trades you understand and trust. If you don't trust a trade, then just wait for another one. Don't let your anxiety of having to make money cause you to go into losses that are unnecessary. Number two, when you take this information that I'm sharing with you today, which is personally me sharing my own personal testimony or situation to try to explain what's going on, truth is, it causes you to take less trades because you're waiting for the right setup. And whether it wins or lose, at least you feel good about the fact that eventually it typically goes where you thought it was going to go in the first place, which means, oh, I'm starting to get it. I'm getting the hang of this. And every successful person who you've ever followed on YouTube or whatever else all went through the same process. Nobody comes out the womb knowing how to trade. Everybody has to go through their learning curve, but they just get familiar with it. Okay. Number three, even though that trade didn't work out, the other ones did. Okay. The other trades did. And I'm anxious to check another one that I checked because if this one dropped like that, that means the other ones dropped as well. Matter of fact, hold on, y'all. I got to stop sharing. Let me see something. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, y'all, you still sitting stubborn. Okay, you'll be there. All right, I know where you're going. All right, that's what I wanted to check real quick. Okay. Yep, and that one's starting to go. Yep. See? All right, I know where you're going. And let me share again. All right. So the point is when you understand what is happening with your pairs that you want to trade, you'll be a lot more accurate. But oh, here's the drawdown. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to wait for the setup that you're waiting for. Everybody understand that? That's the uncomfortable, unfun part about trading. You're going to just have to wait. You can't rush the process because sometimes you have to wait for it to set up. Okay. For an example, there's a setup on the indices. And let's go to the US 30 for an example. Okay. And let's go to Ocean Wave again. And let's go to the 30. No, the 15. See? Right here, this is where it was on Sunday. I said, oh, this thing going down. Right here. For those who have the Ocean Wave, do you see that flat bottom right there? Y'all see that? You see the flat bottom? Right here. This is where it was on Sunday. Going into Monday. Y'all see that? What happened next? Breakout, and it dropped to the bottom. See? But who called it early? Ocean Wave did. I knew this was going. I knew it. That shape right there, Ocean Wave shape, when you see that little, it drops and then it just slides over to the side and creates that little flat bottom. We was at the beach the other day, and I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me for this one, but you go to the beach. I call it the scoop and swoop. Okay, you got some women they go to this beach and they ain't got nair butt cheek. It just flat, just scoop. Just a little. Just nothing there. That's what it looks like. Okay. So when you see the shape with the ocean wave and you see this little flattening, it's a continuation or consolidatory process. Consolidation. It has dropped, it's consolidating, creating that flat, smooth bottom. Some of them look like they just, when they're sitting on the beach, they're sitting on their backbone. They just run right from their back into their legs. Nothing, no cushion. No. So, let me stop. Let me get focused. All right. So the point is, okay. So see that it drops. consolidates, and then continues. Ocean Wave people, you should have paid your house note off with this one trade. Okay. You should have. This one trade here. Huge money. Okay. Ocean Wave called it. So the point is, I knew that was coming. Okay. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. You can also see it here. And this is just part of waiting, just waiting, waiting. See, you see that SpongeBob? It's consolidation. Boom, boom, and it dropped. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? See, that big button in chair. Booty consolidation. I'm so silly. Let me finish up. So here's the point. I knew this was going to happen. Why? Because I've been hanging around you long enough so that now when I take trades, let's watch this and let's wrap this up. Number one, you're taking trades now that you fully understand. It's going to be less trades, but at least it's going to be a lot more accurate. And even if you do take a loss, it's not going to feel that bad because you're going to be like, dang, I knew I was right. And if you start saying that, here's how you know you're progressing in the right direction. Everybody hear me real good. When you start to say, dang, I knew I was right. You know how you took a trade, you may have lost it, but then maybe a day or two later, it still went in the same direction. Have that ever happened to you? Type of 40 if that ever happened to you. You took a trade, it was going in the right direction, then it lost, but you were still right. It just was a day or two later, right? That's good because now at least you're starting to identify correctly what you saw. Now it's just a matter of tweaking that. Okay. It's just a matter of tweaking it a little bit, and you're actually there. You're closer than you think. Anytime you're at that point where you're starting to call trades and you're just there, maybe a day off, but day too early or something like that, you can easily tweak that process and say, okay, next time I need to wait a little bit longer for a little more confirmation from my arrow, from simplicity or something like that. Let me wait a little bit. Or did I take the trade when Uncle P say, hey, wait until it gets done pulling back or whatever? See, those kind of things. Okay. Those kind of things. You can tweak that, but at least you identified it. So now you just ain't out there throwing darts in the dark or playing, with a pinata, just swinging at everything. You're getting more accurate. Okay. You're going to end up taking less trades. Okay. Because you're waiting for the right setups now, and you know which ones don't fit the bill and which ones do. Now you're going to have more confidence when you're trading, and trading, these charts are not going to be so intimidating like they were before. Okay. They're not going to be intimidating you like they did before. You're going to end up making more money, and hopefully you'll have a happy life. So what's today's lesson? Begin to listen. Here's what I suggest you do. Even if necessary, go and look for about 6 pairs only. I say about 6. Just find you 6 good pairs. Okay. And once you have those 6 good pairs, then start to watch those only. For an example, when I'm trading an ocean wave system, watch this. And I'll show you guys this and I'm done. When I'm trading an ocean wave system, US 30 is very, very good for that. Oh my God, that's a freaking amazing. Okay. Freaking amazing. Okay. Look at how smooth this is, US 30. Okay. So for those who want to trade indices, ocean wave is absolutely the best. Look at when this arrow came in, stayed in profit. Look at when this arrow came in for a sale, sideways, but didn't lose. And look what happened. You would have been able to pay your mortgage off with this one trade. See? Okay. That's one. The Swiss pairs and AUD NZD. AUD NZD is another pair. I love trading these. Why? Because they're simple for me to understand, because they stay in their range for the most part. Look at it if you would have got in up here. Okay. It's 88 pips in one direction. Okay. And you can always put it on the 1 hour just to see, or the 30-minute. Okay. Just to see what's going on with it. And what you want to do is just slide it back. That's all you got to do. Just slide it back and see which ones run the smoothest. Okay. Those that run the smoothest, like now, if you really want a good pair, which I'm waiting for this to turn around, here's the goody goods, the JPYs. Okay. Look at them things. They run Look at USD JPY. Look at that run. Smooth candles, smooth runs. Okay. Smooth runs. That's what I'm looking for. Just smooth runs in whatever direction. Smooth runs. Okay. Smooth. No headache, no fuss. Okay. Everybody see what I'm saying? Type of yes if you see what I'm saying. Look at this. This is one of the absolute best pairs to trade if you're going to run smooth on the trend. Look at that bad boy. Wow. See? Smooth, small candles. Okay. So the JPYs is good. The Swiss is good. Okay. Certain pairs of the Swiss. Let me rephrase that. Certain pairs of the Swiss. Okay. Some of them, but this is all I'm doing. I'm just going through and I'm looking at which ones run smooth. Look at this. This is another group. Oh my gosh. Just imagine you got in down here. Hesitation point, but continued. And this thing capped out at basically about 600 pips, roughly. 600 pips, one move. GBP, JPY. See, these are ones that you can jump into them and you can trust them because you know they're not going to have wild swings, even with news events. They're not going to have major wild swings. So use a comfortable stop loss, but let them run. You can leave them alone and you can go back to work and just be comfortable and not pay attention to anything because you know they're going to run. And you can learn these pairs. You can learn them. And when you learn these pairs, guess what? You end up trading some of these pairs, and these are the only ones. Like some people, they have a favorite or a couple of favorites. I'm cool with that. That's what I said. I don't have a problem with favorites, but you want to have at least several of them because if there's something going on in that country that's interfering with that single pair, then you're going to be tore up because that's the only one you chase. And now, even when it's not in a good tradable situation, you're going to still try to make a trade out of it. This is why I'm not a fan of having my favorite pair. You should have a couple of favorite pairs with an S, okay? 6 or less, maybe. Okay, so that if this category, and when I say 6 or less, okay, make sure they, you know, the JPYs, a couple of variations of that, but I don't want to only depend on the JPYs. I may have a couple of variations on the CHF for trend trading if you want to trade the trends. Not good for reversals, but great for trends. Okay. JPY, great for trends. Okay. So you can have those two for your trend pairs. Then you can look up a couple others for reversal pairs and you just go through and say, okay, which ones have consistently did XYZ for reversals or whatever. And you pick a couple of those. So they're not all JPYs. They're not all CHFs, but it's a one or two of each, you know, of combinations. Okay. So if for an example, if the CHF decides, if their government steps in and they start acting wild, and all you have is JPY pairs, so you're going to start trying to make something happen when it's not tradable environment. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Type of 20 in that. Yes, Derek, this is what they call it, the dragon. Okay, the GBP JPY. Okay. You're going to force a trade when there ain't a trade if you only have one or two favorite pairs. But if you have like 6 or 7 good pairs, then guess what? Okay, now you can easily switch and swap and okay, today this may not be a good one, but I can switch over to this one. But at least it will be pairs that you completely understand its action. You understand what it's doing. You've gotten familiar with it. Everybody clear on what I'm saying? Everybody clear? Type of yes if this is making sense to you. Okay. You get familiar. Now, for me, I have familiar pairs, but also have familiar patterns, which is what I like to trade. Familiar patterns, when I see these things, I know what typically is going to happen next. Okay. So that's why I was able to call that trade on the, hold on, let me go to here. Let's go to sexy by itself. All right. And let's go back to the USD JPY. I seen it. I said, oh no, this thing is squaring up that head. I said, oh, as soon as I see that square head, I already know. See, squared off. See, or what they call a channel trading. Soon it's going to break out. It's going to do a breakout out of this channel. Okay. See, it's just ping, 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 ping in the channel. Eventually it's going to break out. And when it breaks out, it's typically going to break out in the direction of the original trend, which means this was going to break out in what direction? To the upside. Why? Because that was the original trend until midweek began. Okay. I knew it. So let's go to USD 30. Go to the 4-hour. And I'm going to expand these candles. Watch this. Do you not see the same thing here? Just a smaller version of what they did on the USD JPY? Ain't that the same thing? Ain't that the same thing? Type of yes or no. Yeah, it's the same thing. Consolidated pattern. So when it breaks out of this channel, and let's make it bigger. When it breaks out of this channel, what was the direction of the original trend? Come on, type. I gotta go now. You see it. Yeah, it was an original trend. The original trend was down, so it goes, consolidates, and breaks out of the original trend. So you can have your favorite pairs or you can have your favorite patterns. It's totally up to you. Either way it goes, when you get familiar with these, then trading becomes a whole lot easier. Your confidence goes up and you're going to take far less trades. Because number one, you don't need to take that many trades anyway. You just want to take the best trades because you know, okay, I'm so used to seeing this, I know what's happening. Okay. Let me show you one more thing, and this right here in front of y'all. Okay. All you little ones who want to be a breakout trader, here we go. All right. What was the direction of the trend? Type. See, these are ways you can get familiar. So maybe you don't have a favorite pair, maybe you have favorite patterns. So we know the consolidation patterns. Watch this. When it breaks up, okay, you can do that. Here it is, here it is, here it is. And this is happening typically during the Asian session for most pairs. And then you get your breakout, okay? You can even do it here. Same thing. Okay, boom, 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 boom. As soon as you get this candle closed outside, now you got your breakout and it dropped. Okay, there you go. It did it again, rinse and repeat. Because when it's in the downtrend, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to fake to the upside. You get your candle breakout, see, and then you get your drop. Okay, y'all see that? When it's going on the uptrend, it does the opposite direction. Okay, here we go. There you go. And it breaks out and goes up. Then it rinse and repeats. Goes down, breaks up. Rinse and repeat. Goes down, break up. Okay. And it's constantly doing the same thing on the other side. Okay. So those are breakout patterns. And see, you can see you don't have to do it on the 5-minute. You can do it on the 1 hour. You can do it on the 30-minute. See? So it doesn't matter about time frames. In fact, you get more confident when you do it on higher time frames. Number one, the reward will be bigger because you're getting bigger moves. But number two, you can see it easier than trying to spot it in a fast-paced 5-minute market if you're not good at that. So stretch it out to a higher time frame and that'll help you. But it's still the same thing. So you can get familiar with pairs or you can get familiar with patterns. Type amen if y'all see this. I told you today is going to be helpful. So if you want to get familiar and say, you know what, Uncle P, I'm on fire now. I'm feeling you, bro. I'm feeling you, bro. So then you just going through, look, you just going to start going through these pairs and you're going to start looking for certain patterns. And if you don't see it, you're going to keep it moving. Okay. All right, here goes one. It did it right there. Look at that. Breakdown. Boom. You got it. Okay. If you don't see it, keep it moving. And notice what happens. I ain't seeing it. So what do I have to do? Keep it moving. Don't keep trying to trade, trying to force nothing, because it ain't got what I'm looking for. Okay. If you ain't got what I'm looking for, I'm gonna keep it moving. Okay. And this is what it actually looks like to trade. Sometimes you're not gonna find what you're looking for. This one here, this going back up. Don't sell this. See? Don't sell this. Don't. See that? What I just tell y'all about that pattern? What I tell y'all about that pattern? Some people don't get trapped. And it's towards the end of London. It's heading towards the end of London, which I'm about to end class out. I gotta take some profits off the table. See, y'all see that? Every single time, same thing. When it's in the downtrend, it will go, the slant will go down and then pop up. Slant down, pop up, or it will slant sideways and push up like it did here. See, these are patterns you can get used to. Amen to do that. See, So what it do? It fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. Fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. Fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. Fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. Fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. Fakes in the wrong direction, pops up in the right direction. What is this doing? Does this not look the same as all the rest of these over here, y'all? At one glance in front of y'all, I told you, me personally, I don't know how much further it's going to go down, but one thing I do know, I wouldn't be trying to sell it. I think this is going to pop up. Why? Look at what it did every single time before then. Every single time. When it's in an uptrend, it fakes to the downside and then comes and snatch you up. Come and get you. That's the way it works. How do I know? I've been watching the same stuff happen for years now. So it's just, you just know. That's tacit knowledge. You just understand it. So either get familiar with 4 to 6 pairs or get familiar with patterns. That's your homework assignment. Okay. All right, you guys, I got to head out. I will talk to you guys later. Was this a good class? Type of 500 if this class was helpful. I'm sorry, I can't take hands. I got to get out of here. All right, good. Keep coming back and tell others to come to class. They ain't got to buy none. Just tell them to come to class.